Since the dawn of time, ponykind has seeked a way to escape their horrible lives with fantasy role-playing. Today, one such pony dragon brony seeks to bring his brony friends together to play a game of D&D on Twitch in front of a live audience. I am Watchful Pony, the Dungeon Master, and this is Questrians!
Yay!
Dramatic.
Welcome to Questrians, the game where we officially hand back our virginity cards. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, the Watchful Pony. Joining me today is my, of course, close friend, SeasonTheWiccan.
My V card has already been punched.
Another close friend of mine, Deckerd Spade, founder of Pony Fantasy and other projects.
Deckard's not here right now. You've got the amazing Frigid here.
And
Cough,
a fellow dragon pone,
Yo, yo, yo!
Who's our veteran?
Another veteran, yes. The plum butt herself, Prophetic Prose.
That nickname is going to follow me everywhere I go, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And of course, the other dragon, the other purple dragon in the room, Fluffy Dragon Art.
Hello.
Alrighty, and for the audience watching us right now, this is Questrians, where basically we gather together and play one of the oldest role-playing games out there, Dungeons and Dragons. First of all, what's everyone's background with the game? Let's start with you, Season.
I know that my younger sister, my adopted younger sister, plays it a lot. Like, she goes out with guy friends and like stays up until like 3 a.m. playing with them. That's the extent of my knowledge.
And
I have been curious to play though. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's alright. Alright, so, and Prose, what would be your history?
I've been officially playing since roughly about January of this year. Kage was actually there for my first ever D&D experience because I wanted her and some other friends of mine to do a practice session with me, and we did that, and that was fun.
Ah, sounds like fun. And Kage,
Yeah.
you're also a veteran, am I to believe?
That is correct. I have actually been interested in D&D, and I didn't start doing actual D&D stuff until early of this year. It was something my dad happened to have done when he was a kid, and I also shared that interest. So I started doing like Pro said, we did a campaign together, which was also my first official experience. Well, not first official, but a few of my friends got me into it, and I started doing campaigns with them. And I'm actually currently in the process another D&D series as well, actually.
Oh, interesting. Awesome.
Technically, you're in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of the other dragon, Fluff Dragon Art, what's your experience with D&D?
Well, I grew up with my mom telling me that it was of the devil.
Well, that's the first time I've heard a seasoned D&D player who grew up with that mindset, or around that mindset, I should say.
Well, I blame Brony D&D. I actually started watching it being played, and I was like, this looks like a lot of fun. And then I got into Critical Role for I think I've started playing a year after that. So 2 years, give or take, been
Awesome.
playing. Totally addicted.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Deckerd, Frigid, whatever the fuck, what's your experience?
Being serious for a second, I've played D&D since I was a kid. I remember starting with 3.0, and then I went on to 3.5, followed by Pathfinder. If everybody knows, Pathfinder was the 3.75 before 4.0 came out. After that, I kind of backed away from D&D to play a few other games. I played Call of Cthulhu, and then I got introduced to Palladium games, which involve Rifts, Heroes 2nd Edition, and a few other things.
And for the audience, for those who aren't familiar with the game, basically, it's an epic fantasy role-playing game where basically we create our own story, where each of the players contribute to the story, and they are ruled by me, the Dungeon Master, and I'm essentially their referee/god, as I use dice roll to determine the outcome of certain things, as well as lots of rules, lots of determination, some would say autism, to decide what happens in the story.
Watchful is your god now. Bring him your virgins.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add. Paladin.
Oh boy. Oh goodness. Alrighty then. Without any further ado, let us Questrian!
Oh.
Woohoo!
We find ourselves in a lush green. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta start the music. One second. If it's too loud, audience, you can just tell me to lower it or anything. But we find ourselves in a lush, green, peaceful land of Havenbrook, in a small but bustling community of many races and classes who live in harmony and peace. A lone druid wearing green robes and leather armor rolls into town on her walking stick, with antlers on her shoulders and clad in a flowing green dress and cape. She wanders in and finds the local tavern for a place to stay and relax after so much traveling. She enters and sees a tavern full of people and the barkeep at the stand serving people. Alright, Season, what do you do?
I go up and order a drink.
She sits at the local bar and the barkeep goes up to her. Well, hello. We don't get many half-elves around here.
She's the full elf. I'm the half elf.
Rewind. We don't... I'm half improvising here, so bear with me.
Do even elf an elf?
Alright, anyway.
I'm offended now.
Rewind, sorry. She sits at the bar as the bartender comes up and gives her a drink on the house. Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here.
Would say, just passing through.
Well then, I suppose you must have been wanting for quite some time. Your clothes look rather dirty, if I must say.
Hold on, Season talking. I'm still new to this. So
Yeah, D&D is a lot of improv.
yeah,
It can be, yeah.
I waded through a lot of mud during that rainstorm the other day.
Oh, I see. Yes, the weather's been acting rather strange lately. One of our local investors even lost a bunch of his animals. Very sad to see. But enough about me wondering. I'm sure you want a place to stay for the night. Unfortunately, we are currently out of rooms at the moment. A lot of people need to stay here because their homes got...
Understandable.
Yeah. However, I do know there's a wandering group of adventurers who may have a room available. They're over there. He says as the lone elf turns and sees a whole round table of heroes of all different races and classes gathered together, enjoying a nice drink. Perhaps you could ask them for a room or so, he says, pointing at them.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna walk over and talk to them.
Alrighty. The elf walks over, mug in her hand, as she sits down at the table. All the heroes slowly look at her. Alright, which of the heroes will talk to her first?
I could.
Alrighty.
Sup?
Nods at the deep voiced dude.
Nice to see a pretty face be so bold.
The other party members slowly warm up to her as they all face her and talk. The elf might want to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Morna. The bartender over there said you guys might have a room that I could use. I've been waiting in mud for the past couple days.
I see. Well, he is not wrong. We do.
She can bunk with me. And Pancake Weeks.
I'll let her have my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
Yes, that sounds better than, with all due respect to you, than her sharing in bed with any of us.
Well, thanks.
You're quite welcome. Also, if introductions are to be made, my name is Storm of Shadows, but you can just call me Storm.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, I was about to say this is the point where you can mingle and introduce your names and characters and classes.
Again, my name is Morna. I am a wood elf druid.
This is out of character talk right now.
Yeah.
If we're doing out of character talk, I am Storm of Shadows, and she is a ranger.
I'm Frigid Winds. I'm amazing. You will learn this.
He's also a paladin.
That too.
I am Pancake. I am a master of the hand-to-hand combat. And also Very fluffy.
Yes, for those the audience wondering, C's basically playing the warrior dogs from Undertale.
Yeah.
Pancake is a pump-up monk.
Should I call you Spot?
No, you mean.
At least you're easy to spot.
Keep going, you jester. You may get the black eye.
That's happened a couple of times. Just don't get them too angry.
And the character I'm playing is a half-elf warlock named Vinova Belfay. And at the moment, she's probably being very quiet and not directly looking at anyone.
And suddenly, as the adventurers are gathered around the table, the door swings open with a mighty crash, as a very flamboyant elf dressed and clad in gold, silver, and all kinds of gems comes in looking distraught. Oh, the horror! The horror!
More elves.
Did you run out of trees to climb?
The elf hears that and goes over to the table. Please, you look like a bunch of wandering adventurers. You must help me, please.
Oh, alright. Good sir, calm thyself now. What seems to be the problem?
I own a local, almost exotic animal, display out of town, when one of my unicorns went missing last night.
Unicorns.
Yes, my prized unicorn, Uni.
Creative with the naming here.
Thank you. I love him so much. But he went missing last night. But I don't think the storm got him. I think goblins got him.
Do you have any evidence to support this claim?
Yes, I do. He says as he reaches into his cloak, he tosses onto the table a goblin dagger covered in unicorn blood.
Well, your unicorn's dead.
I pick it up and examine it.
You examine it, roll d20.
Okay, roll d20.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
A critical failure. Wow. Off the bat. Holy shit, I didn't expect one that soon.
Really?
Well,
Hey, rolling one on the first roll is actually considered good luck during a game, so.
I suppose when it's not like something very critical, you examine it and you notice that while there is blood on there, it would not be enough blood to cause permanent damage, meaning that the unicorn is more than likely still alive. But you're unsure.
It looks like it might not be dead. I say might heavily. It might just be injured.
Oh, thank goodness. But I have no idea where he is. Please, adventurers, you must help me. I'm willing to pay a beautiful ransom for my beautiful unicorn. I'm a very wealthy elf, you see.
Before we go any further,
Vinova's ears perk up when she hears the elf will pay them.
I want to cast Detect Evil.
You cast a spell on him, and you detect... and while you don't detect anything majorly... evil, you do detect some typical evil that you would find in a greedy business owner.
Okay. I stand up. I walk up over to this person, probably towering over them because I'm a dragonborn, and I say, "All right, shorty, I need you to tell me the truth. Why do you want the unicorn?"
What do you mean? He's my pet unicorn. I love him so much. He's part of my business, honestly. I have the kids come over and pay to pet him a little bit.
I'm gonna reach over and try to pick them up off the ground from the collar of their shirt.
Are you doing an intimidation?
No, I'm just doing this just so I can stare them in the face because they're short.
Oh my, I've never been this far off the ground.
Real reason, please.
Okay. I need the unicorn or I could die.
Die from what, exactly?
I suffer a very rare disease. It very slowly kills me, and I'm not sure if any of you are familiar, but unicorns are known to have healing properties. I come to him every day, and I stroke his beautiful fur. It heals me, and it keeps me well. If I'm away from him for more than a day, I start to revert back, and within a week, I'll melt.
Revert back?
You'll melt?
I have a rare melting disease. It's very gruesome, trust me.
I can
I put-
imagine.
I'm gonna roll insight to see if he's lying. 17.
You can tell instantaneously that he is definitely not lying, as bizarre as that may sound.
Well, as odd a story as this is, I at least can tell you're telling us the truth, so...
I
I
put him
frankly
down.
do not care. He is paying us. Let's go.
He goes to the ground and wipes the dirt off of him. So you'll do it? And I know it's far-fetched, but please, he means a lot to me, more than just my medical aid.
Did you just make a racial slur?
As long as you're paying us.
As
Oh.
long as the unicorn isn't going to be harmed, I think I'll be fine with it.
Oh, I
I
promise
agree
you, I
with-
never
I
heard
think
him.
that's going to depend on the goblins.
He
Oh,
did.
the goblins are most definitely going to get the short sorted into the face, that's for certain.
Oh my, he says
Well, I
as he
think
faints
there's
to
a-
the ground with that. The adventurers take up this quest and they decide to go back to the scene of which the unicorn was taken. They see the elf's house. They see that the local area where all the animals are kept was damaged in the night.
I go up to look for tracks.
Look-
Goblins. They have no finesse.
I didn't. Roll a d20 for that one.
Is that an investigation check?
Yeah,
I got a
no.
3. I am not having the best of luck today.
Alright, roll a 3.
Just add
What's
your
your
intelligence modifier on your sheet.
Yeah, it should say what
Oh,
your
it's
intelligence.
a 2.
A 2, so 3, 4, 5, okay. Alrighty, the tracks seem very vague in the ground, but you can make some out. They appear, all you can see is vague unicorn tracks and one other very very light, definitely bipedal creature, but you're unsure what it is, leading into the forest.
My guess is that's the goblin.
You found the goblin track?
Well, considering that the tracks are bigger than my own feet, I'd say that's it.
No finesse.
Alrighty, well, the adventurers follow the tracks deep into the forest, deep and deeper. Soon the sunlight slowly starts to fade away, and you start losing track of the tracks almost in a couple instances. However, luckily, you manage to finally find a small clearing, and in this clearing is a house. Only it's a far different house. It's built into a small little cave.
Oh, that's something you don't see every day.
What's the call here, you guys? We sneaking in?
Well, let's see. Does it look like anybody's home?
Well, you can roll a perception check to investigate. One of you.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
I'll do it.
Alrighty. Well, Prose, you can do it since you haven't rolled much yet.
14. It could be better, but yeah.
Well, I mean, hold on. You get the wisdom multiplier and a +1 for your perception proficiency. So that's a 17, actually.
Yay.
Right? You look inside. You don't see any windows, bizarrely enough, but you do see one door. From here, it does look fairly old, but it doesn't look like it's locked, almost like they may have guards present. However, at the moment, you don't see any around, so either they are still sleeping, more than likely, or they have not changed shifts yet, if there is more than one goblin.
What do you see?
I'm sorry, I completely zoned out there for a minute. I'm not sure. The door isn't locked, it looks like, but I don't really see anyone around, so I'm not sure.
Is it okay if I roll perception to see if anyone's around?
I mean, you can, but unless you roll higher than 17, I don't think you'll get much else.
Pancake
Okay.
is going to try and sneak in.
Also, watch.
Yes?
Out of character, but Deckerd is AFK 1 sec. He said, if you need an action from me, Frigid is admiring his arms while flexing.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. Yeah, alright.
He kind of reminds me of Gaston right now.
Okay, I rolled a nat 17, and my modifier for wisdom is a +3.
Wow, so that's a 20.
Okay then.
Alright. You see much of what your other adventurers saw. However, you listen very carefully and you can hear rustling and banging coming from inside the cottage. It doesn't sound like danger banging, though. Some of it does, but some of it also just sounds like a creature not knowing what the hell it's doing.
Mhm.
Pancake was
I'm
going to
gonna-
try and sneak in.
I think that might be the unicorn.
Yep. Alright, so I'm
Out
sorry,
of character
Pancakes.
for a moment, I did forget to mention when I invited Kage here, there's a bit of a running joke with our friends that she's the queen of nat 20s.
Oh lord, that'll be fun. Alrighty. Perfect. Alright, and okay, and Pancake was gonna sneak in.
Yep. Rolling
Alrighty.
stealth.
The pitter-patter of your feet goes across the track. You can hear the small noises inside stopping for moments, but it doesn't stop entirely. So you believe that you haven't been spotted just yet. You come up to the door.
He is going to try and push the door open as quietly as possible.
Alrighty, that's also stealth, so roll for dexterity.
This one was much better. 22 total.
Wow, okay. You manage to click the door, and it slides open. You hear a very slight creak, but you manage to open it so slowly that it doesn't make a single noise. As you enter, the light from outside illuminates the inside. You can see a small little foyer room. It's full of down furniture and other stuff. 4 rooms, two to the left are hidden behind doors, one on the right hidden behind a door, and one straight forward hidden behind a door, as well as a staircase leading to an attic.
Do I see anyone else in the main room?
There is no one else in the main room at the moment.
Alrighty.
And I'm assuming all the other adventurers are...
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm following him behind her.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
I am the least stealthy one here.
Alrighty, so you've got 4 doors. Which do you want to investigate?
I think I'll go upstairs and check the attic.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure.
You head upstairs, going up the room. As you walk up, you can see an attic full of wooden figures, all crafted in the shape, as well as one giant effigy carved from a log, appearing to look like a giant, ominous man in a black cloak.
This totally isn't disturbing.
Pancake is going to turn to Frigid and say, Father, you recognize this person?
Wait, I'm your dad now? What?
It was a respectful title to your religious nature.
Oh. I don't get it. But I'm looking at the symbol. Is there any religious stuff to this if I do a roll for knowledge?
Only one way to find out. Well,
It says that my skill is a 2, so 16?
16? Okay. You get close to it, examining it. You run your fingers on it. You can't really recognize it as any discernible deity, god, or anything like that. However, you do notice carvings at the base of it. It appears to be in an ancient language that none of you have really seen before.
In some of my proficiencies, I do have like some languages.
No, it's a language none of you have seen before. None of you know about it.
Okay. Okay.
It's creepy, it's not religious, and it's covered in squiggles. I suggest we burn it.
I'm done with that.
Like
No,
characters.
Actually, I turned to Frigid and flicked my finger on his forehead.
Why? Why always the forehead?
I agree with the new girl. I do believe her action was quite justified, in my opinion. Yes, it is not something we know about, and those are not just random squiggles. It's of a language. It's something we obviously haven't seen before. Just because it's something you don't understand, doesn't mean it's just random squiggles. So
Yeah,
let's
but
not
I
burn
can
it.
understand that. I could totally understand that. But it's giving off this creepy vibe. And I know it's going to come back to bite us.
That is true.
Watchful, is there a way that I could like use my perception in it to see if there's any like magical properties or anything?
Well, you are magical in nature. You could try to detect any magic on it.
Okay. I do that.
Alright, you
I have a
go.
proficiency in Arcana too.
Alrighty. Well,
My intelligence? Okay, I rolled an 18.
natural.
Yeah, natural 18.
Alrighty. Wow. Okay. Alright. You do sense a very dark, very powerful magic. Oddly enough, though, it's not coming directly from the effigy. It's almost acting like a conduit to a much darker presence. However, you can tell it's many, many, many miles away, far from this land.
Well, those creepy vibes that you were getting, they're right.
Well, there's one thing I haven't done yet.
Hmm.
Detect evil. A 4.
You don't detect anything besides what Season has already told you.
Yep, burn it.
You can burn down some logs later.
We're in the attic right now.
Yeah, you're in the attic, so
Yes.
if you burn this, not only are you probably gonna block your exit, but you're gonna alert whoever's inside.
Is there a window?
There's no windows in this entire building.
Plus, not to mention, you'll kill the unicorn.
Well,
That too.
I don't want to kill the unicorn. I'm just trying to get my options so I can throw it out the window and then burn it. But there are no windows.
A note to the DM.
Ah, yes.
Detect evil and good is a cast. It's not really an ability roll.
Oh. Well, that's my bad. I'm still learning. Notes for future adventures.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, getting back on course. If you do burn it, you would end up probably not only burning down the house, but blocking your entry and killing anything else inside, including the unicorn.
That we're being paid to save.
I want to save it. It's a good creature and intelligent. That's why I wanted to know whether the merchant was doing whatever he was doing for the right reasons.
Not to mention the amount of payment that you're going to be getting.
The payment goes in the donation box.
Shall we move on to the next room?
Alright, you all go back down the stairs. You still see one room behind you, and a room to the left, and 2 to the right.
I say I'm gonna have it that I approach the one on the left.
You approach the door on the left. What do you do?
And Keiko's going to follow.
I'm going to, just in case there may be foes, I am going to try as quietly as I possibly can open the door. So I could quite possibly, if need be, get the jump on the foe, quite possibly on the other side.
Alrighty, there's also a keyhole. You could look through that.
I'll look through the keyhole then first. It's modified 19.
19, wow, okay. You peer through the keyhole. Inside, you can see 3 kobolds, and they're around the unicorn. The unicorn looks like it's in a great deal of pain as the kobolds poke it with their spears, cackling and growling at it.
I'm gonna gesture for the rest of the party to come over and go, the unicorn is on the other side along with 3 kobolds.
What is it with people getting goblins and kobolds confused?
I have an idea. Kobolds are part dragon, right?
Indeed, they are.
Indeed, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to make them think they've angered their god.
Oh no.
I want to see where this goes.
I'm gonna look, Storm is just gonna look at the paladin, at Deckard's character like he's insane.
I'm just going to say that if we play this right, this could be a surprise.
Well, either way, it'll catch them off guard.
Roll d20 plus your charisma modifier.
It's a 15. I'm going to burst through the door Kool-Aid Man style. And then I'm going to shout, "You have angered your god!"
All the kobolds immediately turn and see this monstrous dragon-like creature towering over them. They were all obviously afraid, but you can also tell they were a tiny bit skeptical at the same time, but more leaning towards the fear side. They are so struck in fear that they don't move or anything.
I lean over and I look at one kobold very slowly as I say, "What are you doing to this creature?"
We were just following orders, I swear. We didn't mean to hurt it, he says as some blood drips from his spear and he hides it behind his back.
All of you drop the spear.
They all drop their spears.
Now go stand in the corner and think about what you've done.
They all slowly
Yes,
back.
Dad.
They all slowly back into the corner as they all back up against each other, not breaking eye contact.
Turn around.
They all turn around.
I
As
clock
soon as they
each
turn
one of them
around,
on
I-
top of the head to knock them out.
Okay, roll a d20 3 times, and then add your strength modifier.
14, 15, 18.
Alright, and since they're in fear, I'll give you a +2. You conk them on the head, and you instantly knock all of them out. They are now all unconscious.
I use my animal handling to call the unicorn over.
Natural roll, 11?
Yep, and modifier is 4.
Yeah, modifier of 4, and then a +1 because of your proficiency, so that's a 16. You call the unicorn over.
I say it, come on, we're gonna go home.
The unicorn looks at you, stars in its eyes as it seems happy to see you. It runs over and sniffs your hand before nuzzling under your neck.
Aww.
The unicorn lets out a loud whinny in happiness as you suddenly hear from the other side of the room, "What the hell was that?"
Hmm?
Pancake is going to turn around and say, finally!
Turn around and you see one of the doors is fumbling and crackling. Several creatures are trying to get through the door to get to you.
I look at Frigid panicked. Frigid?
I walk over to that man through the other side and say, "Your god is angry with you."
Okay.
It does nothing as they burst through and you see 3 goblins. What the hell are you doing with our unicorn?
Oh, there were goblins.
I grab a nearby rope, make it into a bridle, and hop onto the unicorn. And I turn to the others. You guys got this while I take the unicorn back?
I got this.
Roll a ride check?
Actually, yeah, you would be, Alright, that would be under animal handling, I suppose, actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
D20.
So yeah, roll an animal handling.
I got a 3.
God.
God damn it.
You mount the unicorn, but it's too terrified as it rears up and knocks you off of it.
I try to coax it to calm down.
Because it's familiar with you, you do get it to calm down, but it's too scared to run away.
We have a problem to deal with. It's a little on a scared little pony.
Yeah, so this is pretty much an inevitable fight. Looks like it's time for combat. Now we gotta roll initiative, so everyone roll a d20. Season, what's yours?
18.
Okay, 18 pros,
With my modifier, it's 13.
13, okay, and Kage? Oh, Kage's away at the moment, by the looks of
Dragon's
it.
doing something right
Okay,
now.
we'll skip to Fluff Dragon.
10.
10, okay, and
Christy?
Deckerd.
18.
18, with the multiplier?
Yes.
Okay, in Season, you were 18 too, right?
Yes, I did.
I
Okay.
have a +1 modifier. What's yours?
Oh, C doesn't have any multipliers. You have a +1 to that?
Yes.
So you'd be
I
19
don't
then.
have any.
No. I was 17 and I rolled a 18 with the modifier added in.
Okay. I'm not gonna have you re-roll, so I'll tell you this. Since Season was the natural 18, C gets to go first.
Okay.
Alright, and then Frigid, and then, Pros, you said yours was, 12?
13.
13. Okay, then Pros, and then, Fluff Dragon.
Pancake is too excited to start fighting.
Alrighty. Alright, Pros. Alright, Season, you're up first.
I used my, oh my gosh, my Thorn Whip.
Okay, it's instantaneous damage, so, you're gonna want to roll a d6.
I got a 1.
Because it's a spell, you have to add your wisdom multiplier as well, huh?
Okay, Wisdom is a 4, so a 5.
Okay, we'll say Goblin A, B, and C. Which one are you gonna damage?
A.
Summon up a mighty thorn from the ground, and it moves forward, lunging, whipping up one of the goblins. You deal 5 damage to it. It lurks back, bleeding from its chest, but it still rises, snarling, angry that you hurt it.
I pull out my longbow.
You pull out your longbow. Alright, that would be, roll a d20 and add dexterity.
7 with no dexterity.
7. Alright. You cock your arrow back and fire, but the goblin swings it out of the way, nearly missing its head. Deckard, you're up there.
Fluff, heads up. I go to pick up Fluff
Oh,
and
God.
then throw goblins.
You throw him at the goblins?
You're throwing Pancake?
Yes, I am throwing Pancake.
I love this so much.
Oh, God.
You're gonna build In the morning.
I guess that's strength technique.
I rolled a 1.
Fantastic.
God, really?
I'm thinking of her fluff. She just bounces right on the pillow.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, this is what you do. You pick a pancake and you chuck it like a football. However, you completely miss the goblins. Pancake smacks against the wall and takes 1 point of damage.
Nibbit.
Poor Fluff.
I was trying to
Pancake
help.
starts cursing out Frigid.
All the goblins just look at the fluff ball and roll their eyes as they turn back to the real danger.
That was my
I've
turn.
never been so insulted in my life.
That was Frigid's turn. Prose, you're up next.
So I could do the easy thing and use Eldritch Blast on one of them, but I also think it would be funny to cast Mage Hand and just have it bitch slap one of them.
It's up to you.
I don't know if Mage Hand can attack at level 1.
That sucks. I guess I'm stuck using Eldritch Blast then. That would have been funny.
Okay, roll a d10.
10. Hey.
Okay. Alright, then clutch your hands together as a giant mass of magic forms in your hand. You reel back and fire it at Goblin A. It hits the goblin and he instantly incinerates from the blast. He is now dead. You now only have 2.
That was Goblin A, yeah.
Nice.
The injured goblin staggers back, terrified at this, as he slowly clutches his wound and runs upstairs.
Kage, you want to go or?
I'm gonna roll to have Storm use both to try and is it possible to intercept the goblin that's trying to run and quite possibly try to finish him off?
Yeah, you can try to aim for that one. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna.
Yeah, alright, roll for dexterity then.
Alright, and holy shit!
D20? Natch 20?
Yes!
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
She rolled a natural 20. Now I gotta think
wow.
now I gotta think what the fuck's gonna happen.
That is double damage.
It is double damage, but... Oh, God. Okay. I gotta think of something ridiculous that's gonna happen. I got it. Okay. You reel back and aim your arrow fine and true. You fire, and it hits the goblin right in the back. You kill it instantly. However, it shoots right through, ricochets off the wall, and hits the other goblin in the arm for 2 damage.
Jeez.
Sharp shooting.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Straight to the point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see, what's it at? Okay. The goblin is now bleeding as it convulses. It goes on one knee and looks at you, snarling. I will not let you win this battle, he says as he pulls a red amulet out of his chest and tears it and holds it into the air. Balsafar, give me strength! He yells as the gem fires in rage. He is engulfed in flames and suddenly his body starts to grow and convulse and change until suddenly from the flames emerges a hobgoblin.
Oh, goody.
I look at Frigid. Your name is Balthazar?
Wait, what?
They said that's their god.
And now you have
Oh,
a
no, I
hobgoblin to
worship
deal with.
Bahamut.
Alrighty, it takes out its bow and arrow. It cocks back and he aims for Vinova.
Oh.
And what's your armor class, Vinova?
I think it was 13. I don't remember exactly.
Alright. Alrighty. The goblin cocks its arrow back and fires. However, he only narrowly misses you. Alrighty. Now it's turn time. Season, you're up.
I cast Entangle. Oh shoot, I actually gotta start getting ready.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, in Season's absence, we'll have her spell still connect. Season casts her spell. Not Season. Whatever.
I have to roll, don't I?
No. This is an automatic spell. I just need to roll to see if the goblin is entangled or not. Alright. Morna, that's it. Morna casts a spell as vines rip up from the ground and grab the goblin, holding him in place. They bring him to his knees. Next, Deckard, you're up.
Did Fluff get a turn last turn?
No.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry about that. You can go then. We'll assume that you got knocked so hard you were unconscious. For like a turn. So we'll let you go now, since you're only now regaining consciousness.
Okay. Alright, so Pancake is going to run up to the hobgoblin and try to punch it.
Punch it. Alright then. That would be a strength check. Roll d20 plus strength.
Unarmed strike. Clap. As an 8.
As an 8, alright. Plus your strength.
No, I always roll with totals.
Oh, okay. That actually does make things easier on me.
I'm heading out to work to be an adult, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like being an adult sucks at
can.
times.
It can. Pancake jumps up and marches up to the goblin as it attempts to punch it. However, its fist crunches against its new, stronger form. You unfortunately deal no damage.
Alright. Pancake is going to take another unarmed strike because you can do that as a bonus action.
Alrighty. D20 then.
Ooh, heck yeah. I get advantage, right? Because he's still restrained.
He's still restrained. Yep.
Nat 20.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm just gonna have you roll damage, and we're gonna double whatever's on there.
It'll give me the... I'm using roll 20, so it will give me the total automatically. That is 9.
You reel back with a mighty strike as the wind rushes past your fist. You deliver a powerful sucker punch directly to the goblin's mouth, knocking some of its teeth out, dealing 9 damage. Alright, Deckard, you're next.
With sword and shield in hand, I say, if you are going to do it, I can do it as well. Bahamut, give me strength! And then, I kick him between the legs.
Oh, for love!
If this kills him, I'm gonna give you something magical in the next adventure. Alright, so roll d20.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 16 without.
Without, okay, and you get a +5, I believe, so 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, yeah, you pretty much connect.
21.
Yeah, 21. Now you roll your damage dice, which I believe is a d6.
3.
3, okay, God help me. You reel your leg back and you kick him directly in the nads. You see all life drained from him as he dies.
I
He killed
cannot
him
believe
with
that.
the...
Yes.
He killed him...
He only had 2 HP, so he had to get higher than 2 to kill him, and he did.
Deckard, my man. I officially have a high amount of respect for you right now.
God damn it. Alright.
Gosh,
This is amazing. Someone please clip that.
God damn
Yes.
it.
Oh boy.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
power of my god is supreme. I stand over him and flex.
Yes.
Yeah.
The goblin is set free from the restraints.
Meanwhile, you have it that my character, she freaking did a freaking Hanzo from Overwatch. Nailed the dude and turned the dead corpse into a pinball, essentially, and hit his buddy with it.
Yes. I can tell this is going to be a comedy of errors and happy coincidences.
Yeah, my god is probably holding his head and claw going, why is he a paladin of me?
Oh boy. Alright, back to the story. You kill the goblin. As the vines let him go, he falls to the ground lifeless, as out of his hand drops the ruby amulet he was holding, as his body slowly starts to convulse and decompose, instantly turning into a black tar.
Ew.
You know, Pancake leans against the wall. You were only able to do that because I hit them so hard, right?
Oh, you get most of the credit, but my god was working for.
Is it okay if I can roll investigation on the amulet in question that's now by the black tarred remains
Yeah, of course.
of the Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
roll for
I was gonna
investigation.
break it, but okay. I was just gonna break it, but okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say this right now. You'll get a hilarious result if you try to break it. Just saying. So,
Okay, and if I'm doing investigation, that's a +2. That is a mod 17.
mod 17. Okay. You walk up to the amulet as it sits on the ground. You inspect it slowly, as it looks like smoke is emanating from it. You give it a very light touch, but you instantly feel your hand singe a tiny bit as it's extremely hot to the touch.
God, sweet by the names of my gods.
However, you notice that the cloth left over from one of the goblins is unaffected by it. It appears to only be affected by human touch or creature touch of any kind.
I was about to say, I'm not entirely human.
Yeah, creature contact of any kind. So as long as you obstruct contact with the amulet, you'll be perfectly safe by like holding it through cloth or something.
Alright. I'm gonna actually grab that piece of cloth that's nearby it and pick it up.
I'm looking over the tar on the ground.
Ew. Alright, you take the amulet very carefully, wrapping it up in the cloth, and you pocket it.
I look up to the other party members. Didn't that guy say he had a condition that causes him to melt?
Yes,
That's
he did.
true, he did.
Speaking of, let's go get paid.
Well, I mean, you can go leave with the unicorn now, or you can keep investigating the house, because there's still 2 more rooms. Plus the giant friggin' effigy.
I say we continue to investigate the last 2 rooms and then burn that freaking piece of log once we're certain, once some of our party members go with the unicorn outside.
You know, Miss Tabaxi, curiosity did kill the cat.
True, but I haven't survived. And she's just gonna go give you Storm is gonna she's gonna give Pancake a look and go, you do know I'm not going to comment on the fact you made a cat pun.
I was just about to say.
But I will say this. I did not make it as far as I have with what I do without taking some necessary risks. It's better to be safe than sorry. Who knows who else could be being kept there, or what other creatures could be kept there that shouldn't be here at all, being tormented like that poor unicorn was.
Your lecture bores me. Let's go.
Yes, I'm gonna go investigate one of the first door on the right.
First door on the right? Okay, you inspect the door. It is unlocked as it was kicked open by the goblins. You open it as light illuminates the room. It looks like a living quarters. There appears to be not very primitive beds, almost like made from cloth and rubbish and bullshit and duct tape. But there is a couple barrels in the way back, as well as a small table full of meat.
Ooh, meat.
I smell food. Pancake immediately runs over to where he smells food.
Well, it seems we've now gathered some more rations for our adventures.
I want to open the barrels.
Alrighty,
Same here.
You walk over to the barrel. As you get closer, you can hear some muffled screaming and moaning coming from inside of it. You open it up, and you see a buck-naked elf with a gag over his mouth and his hands tied.
Oh, good heavens.
I've seen better. And close the barrel again.
The backsies have claws, and I'm going to have her use her claws, reach into the barrel and use her claws to not only cut the gag off, but also try to cut his bindings off as well.
Alrighty. You lift the elf up, and you cut his ropes off, and you tear his gag off. He immediately starts gasping for air. Oh, thank the heavens, thank you so much, he says as he hugs you.
She's just gonna glance.
Yeah, before you start hugging
Am I
people,
able-
buddy, I put him to the side. You might want to put some pants on.
He looks down
Yeah.
and notices he's naked as he grabs a plate and covers himself. My many apologies. I'm so sorry. Those horrible Brutus goblins grabbed me and gagged me. I don't know what they were gonna do with me. I think they were probably gonna eat me like my friends.
All right, I'm gonna take the cleric's vestments out of my backpack. I'm gonna let
Am I
him
able
put
to
those
tell-
on.
Am I able to tell if this is a high elf or not?
Uh,
Because Vanilla doesn't like high elves.
Pancake immediately
it looks
spits
like a
out
wood
the
elf.
meat that he was just eating.
Okay, wood elves are fine. She just doesn't like high elves.
Alrighty, so you're taking the vestments out, Deckard?
Yep, I'm gonna take the vestments out and I'm gonna let him wear them for right now. They're
Oh.
probably gonna be big, but at least there'll be something for cover.
Oh, bless you,
Yeah.
he says, patting your shoulder as he slowly starts to get dressed. I was just walking around with my caravan of wood elves. We're traders, you see. My caravan was attacked
Okay.
by these kobolds and goblins. They jumped me. They stuffed my other friends in the other barrels, but I stopped hearing their screams a couple hours ago. I think they're on the table, he says, pointing to all the meat on the table.
Pancake immediately spits out the meat that he was just eating.
Oh, good.
Poor puppy. Poor
Yes.
puppy.
Yes, you've been
Oh.
eating elf.
Good.
What does this guy look like? Does he look like the other guy that we were talking to, or?
No, he doesn't look at all like that. He actually looks incredibly malnourished. He's very skinny in a lot of areas, but his ears are much more pointy than a normal elf's.
Good heavens. Well, I'm glad we were able to save you at least. I'm sorry about your friends, though.
Yes, I appreciate you saving me much. Thank you. Unfortunately, the goblins took everything. I don't know where they put it, so unfortunately, I can't offer much other than my severest thank you. I hope that'll suffice.
It's
Well,
short.
we were going to search the rest of the rooms around here anyway, so we might find your things there. If not, then not all.
Alright, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I must hurry back. I must warn the rest of my caravan before more goblins attack them. So unfortunately, I must be off. May I keep these robes, by the way?
I sigh. Sure.
Oh, bless you, he says as he runs off past you, continuously saying thank you and bless you as he runs out of the cabin.
Stupid paladin senses. I lost robes.
Storm is gonna gently pat his Deckard's character's back and go, "Don't worry, next time we're in town I'll get you a new pair."
Besides that, there's not much else to be seen in the room other than the barrels and the meat.
Wait, how many more barrels are there?
There was 3 of them. You opened one, but he said the elves were in the other 2, so more than likely they're empty.
Ah, okay.
I'm going to silently say a prayer. And then, because, dead people that are trying to kill us.
Pancake immediately runs out of the cabin and pukes.
Aw.
Aw.
He could have threw up in the empty barrel.
True. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much it for this room. You got one more.
May as well look in the other one. We've gone this far.
Alright. Alrighty. You come up to the door. What do you do?
Is this one locked too, or no?
Yes, it is. It is locked.
I'm gonna see if I can unlock it.
I guess lockpicking would be under stealth check.
Probably.
Alright, yeah, roll stealth at dexterity.
The urchin background I picked, it does give me a proficiency with stealth and sleight of hand. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. Alright then. Okay, so you would get a +1 stealth skill.
Yeah, +1 and my +3 in dexterity that I already have, so that's +4 altogether, technically.
+4 altogether. Alright.
Oh crud! I forgot because of my urban bounty hunter. I got a thing to insight and persuasion and perception. Crud.
Alright. Well, we'll remember for next time.
Including my modifiers, I rolled a 19.
You effortlessly crack the lock open as it unlocks.
Yay. But, good. I guess I opened the door.
Alright, you open the door, and inside you can see it's like a supply closet. It looks like there's very petty goblin weapons and worn out armor and stuff from other people. Most of it looks too worn out and damaged to use. However, in the center is a chest.
I'm gonna go up to the chest and see if that's locked.
You enter the room, and then suddenly you hear a loud click. You look down, and you see that there's a passageway opening. A spear is about to strike your foot. Roll an acrobatics save.
Okay.
So dex save.
Yeah, a dex save.
Unfortunately, acrobatics isn't one of my proficiencies, but I still have a +3 in dexterity anyway, so that should be okay.
Alright,
Hopefully. Maybe.
we'll
I don't
see.
know. Okay, so that's a natural 19, and +3 is 22.
Alright. You effortlessly blackflip out of the way as the spear shoots up.
Goblins like their pointy things.
No kidding.
After the spear shoots up, it just wobbles a bit before it falls onto the ground.
Is it a good quality spear?
It's a very rusty spear. You probably get like one good range shot at it, and that's about it.
I'm gonna go back to the chest now.
The chest is unlocked. You pop it and you open it up. Inside, you find 360 gold, as well as a black book of unknown origin, having the same markings as the totem upstairs.
She picks up the book and just looks at it for a minute, and she doesn't really... she wasn't really paying attention when they were upstairs, so she just decides that the book is useless and throws it backwards, towards the door. Probably towards the others, but now she's just, hugging the chest full of gold.
I try to catch the book.
Finally!
Well,
I knew there was going to be gold in here somewhere.
the question is, should I roll for dexterity or not? You know what, fuck it, you catch the book.
I look at the book. What is in the book?
Inside, you find the very same language that was on the totem upstairs. It's indecipherable, and there's a couple images. It looks like almost maps, graphs, pictures. You can definitely recognize some of them as summoning circles almost, but you're unknown exactly what symbols they are or what incantations to call.
I close the book and say, we're gonna burn this too.
Let me guess. Summoning crap.
Yep.
Probably.
Also,
Oh,
that gold
great.
is evil. Don't touch it.
No, it's mine.
Evil
away.
gold. Don't touch the gold.
I agree with that. I
My
agree
gold.
with Fridge. With due respect, for all we know, that gold could be cursed, and next thing we know, you could be a zombie or a skeleton in the night.
Yes,
I'm
this is
willing
the
to take
reason
my-
about the outlandish curses.
I'm entirely willing to take that risk. And she's trying to pick up the chest.
Oh, well, just so you know, me and Fridge are most likely not gonna have to carry that out.
Actually, if you want to donate that to the church, it will cleanse the
No.
You tried, friend. You tried. You tried.
You don't want to save the starving orphans of whatever random town they
I'm
were
a
in.
starving orphan. Fuck off!
Yeah, and I came from a clan that the only way we survive was hunting in the wilderness on daily basis. So you know, you don't have one to talk.
I came from a church. It was boring.
Yeah, but the clan, yeah. Growing up in a clan wasn't so bad. I mean,
Pancake at this point comes in. Ooh, we get paid more?
Evil gold, do not touch.
Don't listen to him.
It could quite possibly be cursed with dark magic. We don't know, and I don't want to fuck with stock magic shit.
Well, you
Trust
know,
I'll
me.
have Free just look it over.
yeah, I was about to say, Deckard, you can do detect good or evil.
Have I used all my things for the day, or
He's used it twice today, haven't you?
I thought you
Yep.
only used it once.
He did
I can-
only...
according to the sheet, I can cast the spells that I have spontaneously, but I don't know how many times a day I can do it.
2 times a day.
So then I'm already tapped out for today.
Ah, crap.
We're going by frigid senses here.
We'll have it for one night and then we can check it tomorrow.
Fine.
Very well. Anyhow, Pancake, you and Nova could do me a favor and take the unicorn out front. Me and Fridge, we will burn the wooden on the book.
Fine. I shall carry the scared pony.
Alright.
I look
can-
at the pony. I pat the pony on the head.
The pony lets out a small little neigh of happiness as you lead it out of the cabin and to safety.
All right, time to set things on fire.
Specifically things that could quite possibly be could be used to summon great demonic evil. So let's
Do you have any
Oh.
flint and tinder?
You should all have flint and some torches.
I have a flint in my torch, so would that work?
I think that would work.
Okay, then we're good. Let's go.
Okay.
We got the strange elf out, right?
Yeah, the elf left
Okay.
already. He kind of ran away.
Oh, good.
I'm going to go upstairs to this statue that's up there. I'm going to look at the ground to make sure there's no summoning circles or anything that have been drawn there.
Alrighty, you go around it, you look very closely. You do not see any summoning circles, but then suddenly you touch your hand to the effigy, and suddenly you lurch back. Visions flush your face. You see visions of a desert, a city of pure gold, and a squealing of an evil demonic creature, before finally pulling away, sowing the city in an eclipsed sun, before zooming into the sun and seeing the creature burst forward. Then suddenly you're launched back and you hit the wall.
Evil!
Oh, Lord.
Evil!
Fridge, what's wrong? What happened?
Creepy visions. Evil.
What? And I'm gonna gently take the book from Fridge and I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna go, what are you talking about?
I touched the creepy idol up there and it started putting stuff in my head.
With book in hand, Storm's gonna raise her brow at Fridge and then just turn and then touch the idol to see what the heck he's talking about.
You reach to touch the idol, but then suddenly you see a mass of dark magic form around it, swirling and swirling and swirling, until finally the effigy explodes in the woods, sending shrapnel everywhere. You only narrowly manage to avoid some of it.
Heavens above! By our gods, what the heck just happened?
I slowly stand up. I think we have to kill something more evil.
Oh heavens! So we just quite possibly just got ourselves both wrapped into getting a demon or some ancient evil kind of thing, didn't we?
Yeah, some kind of creepy evil city full of gold and evil things and evil stuff.
Gold? Where?
Wait, weren't you outside of the building?
Yeah, you're outside.
Yeah, you're right!
Speaking of, Pancake is
Just
going to yell at
somehow
Pancake.
from several frickin' I don't know how far she is away. She hears the word gold and just zooms back into the room. I heard gold.
Oh, Lord.
I think Pancake was going to do something.
He was going to yell at them and say, are you smashing things up there and not including me?
No, we're not. We're dealing with the problem at the moment. We're coming down now.
That doesn't answer my question about the gold.
Yeah, we're going to have to hold on to that stupid book.
Right,
don't-
we're probably holding cursed objects and quite possibly getting ourselves targets put on the backs of the people we care about and our families
no.
and who knows how many.
We're going to go with this book straight to the church where the head priest can tell us what's going on with it. And that's it. Then we burn it.
You know what? I like your plan. Let's not risk it getting us a target on our back and quite possibly having forces of dark demonic entities of evil and who knows what kind of other crap to get involved, because that thing I need is people I care about getting caught in the middle of my work shenanigans.
All right, light the torch, and then we toss it into the top of the attic and let it work its way down. We're gonna leave.
Alrighty, you all rush out of the
Yep.
cabin as it catches fire. You walk out with the book and the unicorn in hand. You manage to go back to the forest following your own tracks and debris from the forest. As you walk, you finally make it to town near the elf's cottage. He looks back at you, big, happy grin, ecstatic look, as he runs up and gives the unicorn a big old hug. "Oh, Uni, I'm so glad you're home," he says as he hugs it as the unicorn whinnies happily. Happy to be home. "Thank you so much for returning my beloved Uni."
No, it's no problem.
"No,
You really should rethink that name.
I'm sorry, I cannot rethink that. He chose it. But please, it means the world to me. Please, take this," he says as he reaches into a pocket. He hands each and every party member 400 gold.
Never mind, it is a marvelous name. They have many children named after him.
I do appreciate your good, sir.
Mm.
Quite grateful.
Did I take the potentially cursed gold with me or no?
I
I
don't know, did you
intended
guys...
to.
I think that's up to you.
Yeah, you took the
I
chest out.
intended to.
But however, we're gonna make you carry that all the way to the church.
How much gold was it? I don't remember.
I think it was like 300 something.
It was
Okay.
360.
That's fine.
All right. Now that we've done what we need to do, I pat the unicorn on the head. Uni, you'll be good.
The unicorn whinnies happily and gives you one last nuzzle under your chin.
I then look to the others.
Goodbye.
We have another quest. It's time for us to go to the church and figure this out.
Indeed. Let us go to the church, and if anything, I could write my goals for safe passage and travels. If need be.
Off to the Temple of Bahamut.
Yes. You head off into town. You head to the local church inside. As you can see, service is only just now getting out. Churchgoers exit out. They all see the priest and they all start murmuring happily. Some of them even give you a light tap or even start touching you, hoping to get some of your holiness.
Wait. They're tapping me. This is a church of Bahamut?
Yeah, well, this is like an all-purpose church, so many religions can be
Okay.
worshipped here.
I walk my way in. I look over. I look at the priest.
The priest is at the altar as he is clad in many different aspects and paraphernalia from other religions. He turns to see and sees the mighty paladin in the doorway. "Ah, a paladin, a savior of the Lord. Welcome, welcome," he says as he walks forward to you.
Yeah, I think we found some evil stuff. We need you to look at it.
"Oh, dear me, evil. Let me see," he says, holding his arms out.
I hand him the book.
He grabs the book and inspects it.
Come on.
He gives a quizzical expression as he holds his chin. Oh my indeed. Come, he says, motioning you as he leads you into his back office. They head off to the priest, but what beholds are held in this magical ancient book? Some ancient evil, some cosmic god of an unknown realm, some third thing? Find out on the next episode of Questrians!
Dun, 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 dun.
If this gold isn't cursed, I'm keeping it.
That the battle starts now as the demons listen, we strike them down, fighting back the rifts of light. Sent from the sky like an angel in need, giving news to strengthen and words to heed. Heaven's doesn't set alight. We're knocking on the gates of hell tonight. Broken swords and dragons' bones scattered all the way back home, beating to the sound of flashing steel. When the roll our heels down, chapter tales and legends told, strengthened by the hymns of old, weathered out this fighting from his throne, so we sing a traveler's song.
Can I just say, I'm looking at how it looks in the Twitch stream. Like, you have all these characters in, like, the My Little Pony style, and then you just have this auto-play style dragon. It's like,
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, I had to do that.
Dispense.
Alrighty, but